Scrappy Kathy here with what I think is my very last of the 12 Days of Summer Scraplifts over at Scrap Squad. And I think I put it off. I skipped ahead and did number 12. I think this is day 11. I think I did that because of the stitching, because you know me and stitching. But I'm going to kind of pretend stitching on here. I may have some a line to erase. I also have a little bit of journaling I may need to cut out. I don't want to forget. I'm going to kind of do that. What I'm going to do here, and that's how I'm going to start this, is I'm going to put glue on this and use this. Then I'm going to do some sprinkles, some splatters with a couple different colors of ink. I'm going to use, oh shoot, I'm having trouble reaching it because I kind of put it aside thinking I wouldn't use it again. And that is dry, I hope. Let me do the splatters first. I have on here some Distress Oxide and Worn Lipstick. And I'm trying to get the droplets large enough that it leaves some distinctive splatters. I want some there. This is going to be turned this way, so I want lots of this down underneath. Okay, I'm going to set that aside along with that. I'm going to get this Powder Puff Shimmers Spritz and kind of mix that in there. A lot of it's going to be covered up, but I kind of wanted that that look. That's going to have shimmer. I think when I roll over this, it's going to bring the shimmer up to the top, or it may disappear. And it stayed, enough of it stayed to give me a hint of blue in there. Let me use a darker color. And if this disappears as well, it'll be just the right color. Okay, that worked. They're just little hints in there. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my glue and write Crappaw in glue here. And then, and this is scary, by the way. I'll use that twine, kind of go down there and write that. The way I wrote it with the pencil isn't the way that it's going to look the best if I'm trying to emulate or mimic stitching. Okay, so now wish me luck on this. This is going to be tedious, I think, but maybe not. So I cut a bit of this twine. Let me see if I can get it. Probably need to get it on the bottom side. I'm just going to start it out here by just kind of sticking it in. I'm going to get my tweezers for guidance. I've done this before, but never as a like a feature of the layout. Yeah, certainly never as the title. And it's been a while. Okay, let me kind of curl that over. And if I need any more glue, it's right there handy. I may have picked up some glue on the twine as it crossed over the other letters, and that's okay. Here, and now I want to go up. This brings to mind that I wonder if my great-grandkids, as they're looking through these photo albums, will even be able to read script. Okay, so how do I do that? I'll have to come back. I'll make a loop in it. Are there loops in A's? Probably not that much of a loop. Here, and now I am gonna do this looping back around this way, and then this looping back around this way. And you know, I'm gonna just cut off the twine right there. Okay, now I'm gonna go back over here and start right there and go up and make this other P the same way. And it closed up. My loop closed. I need this down here. Press that down. I will have to go clean these tweezers after this. There we go. Okay, and then back up this way. And hopefully this is the most tedious part of the layout. When I started gathering supplies, I kind of noticed that I was choosing some things that, some brand new things I just got in from BrambleFox, and a couple other things that were the right color once I had die cut some pieces from some Vicki Boutin packaging. That kind of set my color scheme, and those colors worked well with the filtering I did on the photos. Well, photo. It's one photo, 4 filters. And so I began looking through my other BrambleFox supplies and found lots of things that would work. So it's almost an entirely BrambleFox page. And I don't know that it, let me do this. I certainly didn't started out that way. I'm gonna start this one right here, this A, because then it'll go all the way around, and then I can loop it up, and I'll be glad when this is done. So I'm using maybe, I think, 4 sets of BrambleFox dies, and I will show you what those are. I'm going to put a little more glue here to hold this loop that I have coming down. And it's kind of looking like stitching, isn't it? The first time I did this on a small scale, I was surprised at how much it looked like stitching. I think I did it with black and white twine. Okay, so now my W is going to be a lot of loops. I'm going to do that. Hold it there and loop it back down, kind of like my pen would do writing, or my pencil, or my glue in this case. There. And I've got a little glue on my finger, so it's kind of picking it up. Thankfully, the glue dries clear and matte, so it doesn't matter if there's a little bit of it outside the lines of my letters here. Excuse me, my stitching here. And I think I'm going to do a little loop right there, just to, as a flourish. Okay, that may be a little too big. And I think this bit of glue is almost dried, and you're laughing at me because I'm trying to get it unstuck from my fingers here. That's an unnatural curve there. So I'm going to kind of curve it over there. All right, so that's the difficult part of the layout. The rest is going to just fall right into place, right? Do that. Okay. Now, I'm going to, there is a strong horizontal line. Looks like they did it with some, like a branding strip. I'm going to do washi tape. And I'm going to kind of just do it like that and kind of eyeball it and tear it, and then I'm going to proceed to cover most of it up. Okay, I have, let's put the photos, make sure those fit. They've got 4 photos, I have 4 photos, and I'm not going to pay a whole lot of attention to where they go down, except that I do want to fit a frame on them, and I have just run out of tape. So I hate this, but I'm going to have to refill it because I don't I've run out of my little ones that I used to use as backups. I might ought to keep one or two around. I really just used them as backups when I was filming. But this way, you can kind of see how much easier this is to refill than the ATG gun, which I've replaced it with. Okay, I'm gonna do that kind of at that angle. And then this one, I will tuck kind of up underneath there and use a different kind of trim. Kind of like that. And then this one, I think I'm gonna place kind of cattywampus on this. And maybe scooch it under there, like, I'm gonna put it at a different angle, maybe. Like that. And then this one, I'll do here and use this either at the top or the bottom, probably at the top. Okay, and let's do, and all of these little pieces were cut with BrambleFox dies. I'll show you those die sets in a minute. I said I was going to do that, right? I'm going to do this right there. Now, I've cut these, and I want one of them to go kind of cattywampus this way over on this side. And then I'll put the other one over on the other side and then kind of layer things on top. And again, these, in the end, these may not much of these, it may be that not much will show. Let me kind of do it that way. And it kind of goes there. You can still see the film strip through that frame. And then this one, I'm going to do maybe I'm going to do at the angle of this photo, and it's kind of at a it's slightly off from the angle of the film strip. And I've got a little, one of the dies in the, okay, here are the sets. The butterflies come from this die set, not that one, this die set, which I just got, and some of them are, have an attached little frame, and, you know, so you can, they're like this. I mean, those are just amazing. But also, the one I'm going to use right now, to make sure I get it in, is this one that's the frame of the butterfly, and then it has a little little tag, a little flag hanging off it. So that's the butterfly dies. The sunshine and clouds come from this set. The frame, this frame right here, the solid thing with the little torn notebook edge, is from here, and then this is the slide frame, and then the long piece is this frame right in here. So as you can see, I've got a few of those die sets, and I love them. They are the possibly the best quality dies I've ever bought. I've bought lots of dies, and I love my dies. I use them a lot. So to say they're the best is kind of before I put that down, I may want to layer it over some other stuff. So I'm going to do this here, but I'm going to do it in conjunction with the sunshine, which I'm going to have overlapping that guy. And I have a piece of foam on it already. I'm going to put another piece to lift it up a little higher. And I'm going to do that. I'm going to glue this smile up there. I don't want it just exactly that same angle. How about there? And you can kind of see that it says smile, even though now what I had in mind was layering this over those two things. And maybe I need another strip of foam on here. So we'll see how that works, and then I'll start layering in smaller things. Okay, I'll kind of do that like that. And I've got this lock that I thought would be cute if I use it maybe right here where the wood shows through on that frame. And I have this camera which I thought might be cute down here as I begin kind of tapering things down this way. There we go. And now I'm going to do some clouds. I'm going to do, when you have a little solid cloud like that with a frame, it's awesome to pop up the solid part because that pops up the little frame in a way that you probably couldn't do. Otherwise, it would have to be glued, straight down. And there's this little one that has a heart, and that can also be popped up. But it's going to take a much smaller piece of foam, so I may just glue it. Put a little bit of glue on the heart and kind of glue it right there. And it's propped up now on that photo, which is propped up on foam, and it kind of lifts. And I've got this cloud, which that little heart was cut out of, and I'm going to go ahead and kind of hide that cut part under here and glue it straight on the paper. Now it just looks like I tucked it in under there. And I have a similar one here that was cut out there, and I think I'm going to, where will I put it? Maybe over here underneath the happy. How's that? And I'm just going to glue it down. So that should take care of all. Well, no, I have one more cloud. I got cloud happy here and butterfly happy. Okay, there. You know what I'm gonna do here, since that happy is raised up on 2 layers of foam, I'm gonna raise this up on 1 layer so that it will have some dimension, but it'll still tuck in underneath that little flag label thing. Okay. There we go. Okay, that's cute. And I stamped that happy with a stamp from this stamp set, and I'm going to use these others as we go, you know, stamp kind of along in here. So now I'm going to start putting in some butterflies. I'm going to layer that one on the camera. And it's the one with the little frame. Kind of got it there. I've got this cloud, which I think I will pop up on some foam. Get down. Before I do that, let's get the stamping done. I'm gonna stamp happy several times until the ink wears off. Okay, the ink. Okay, so happy is on there. And then the other stamps say everyday moments captured. And I'm going to try to put those together. I love fresh, brand new stamps. Let's see if I can get them all on here and stamp the whole thing. And I don't care if they're on straight, if they, let's see, that's the right, I don't want one of them to be upside down. So it would be good if they weren't. So let me do something like that. There you go. And here, there. And then maybe, do you think I can make it right in here? You can see the everyday moments anyway. So I've got those. I may go back afterwards if there's a, one thing I do know, since I want it to look like it is kind of tapering down, I'll put one stamp right there and one right there. And then everything will kind of flow down from that. So all my butterflies and all my hearts and stars and the like. And this little cloud. So I'm gonna do this. Actually, I'm gonna do it maybe, I'll do it right where I was gonna do it. Okay, this I'm gonna put back on here so that I don't lose track of it. here I have a zigzaggy kind of thing that I may not need to use. Maybe I can use it right there, but then it's kind of similar to that. I think I won't use that. So these butterflies are cut out of the mixed media bit I did for my Mixed Media Frenzy video, which I made today for publication tomorrow, today being Thursday and publication is Friday. And I just decided to use some of the scraps from that to cut out some of these little butterflies because they're so little they could be cut out. They could cut out of the tiniest little scraps. And let me get this kind of going off in this direction. Let me press it down and fold it up in there. I've got that one going the wrong way. There we go. Okay, so I've got the 3 there. I have 3 more. I'm going to, let's see where I should space them. One could go here. There's a nice little spot there. And this one was one that turns out that when you do mixed media and you have a really fine cut like the frame that's around this butterfly, this was cut with that die, and I kind of lost the frame. But that's because of me. My using paper that has had texture paste on it. Okay, and I need another butterfly maybe right here so that we get that kind of, and I can further reinforce that with some of these things. Let me put the stars on first. So I have a couple of open stars that are the right color I want to use. And they're larger than the hearts and so forth that I might be using. Okay, I'm going to do that there. And this kind of can kind of reinforce that angle coming down. I think I may not need any stamping. Something I am going to do is I'm going to type up a little strip that says the world's greatest Crappaw, and then it'll say the world's greatest Crappaw, and that'll be my title. And let's see, I may want this kind of down in here, or do I want it, I'm just going to put it right here. You know, I've limited my space right now for that, and I can't lift it up because it's glued, baby. Okay, now get a few of these. And unfortunately, I didn't know how many I wanted or if I wanted them and what, you know, how many to take the backings off of. I guess I could have done a few there. And then we'll do, I have some gold here that will work out nicely. I kind of want to put something over here by this happy. It's kind of sitting out here all by itself, all by its lonesome. And I think it's getting close to finished. I'm kind of happy with it. And then I've got this gold, metallic looking sparkly gold that I think would be beautiful here. And I just don't know where to put it. I'm sitting here trying to decide. What about right here? That's my world's greatest. I can't do that. How about here or up here? Maybe. Let's do it up there. That's kind of an empty little spot, and a heart pointing down into it is just what the doctor ordered. And the gold kind of looks good next to the blue. I've got a little bit pinker heart here that might be cute over next to that butterfly and camera. And I may go back and pull a couple stars, or I may decide it's finished. How about that? Okay, I think I'm going to call it finished, and you know what I'm going to do? I'm not going to type that or stamp it or anything. I'm going to write it. Where's my pen? I'm going to use a black pen, and I'm just going to say world's greatest Crappaw. I'm going to put something right there, maybe a little star. So let me put the star there. To definitely cover that, and that one's already peeled. That's good. Definitely cover that stamping mess. Do that, and world's greatest Crappaw. Okay, and I'm going to put a date. Well, you know, I have this little bit of journaling right here. It says July 2009. Katie was 7, and we took her to New York, where Crappaw read to her and allowed her to pose him for this photo. I'm not tied to that, so I'm going to put right here, "2009, and then NYC. Okay, it's done. Let me take a look at it from this viewpoint. I think I'm good with it. I like this happy and this heart kind of out by itself. I like the use of those stamps all together. I'm happy with it. So thank you very much. I appreciate it. And thank you, Scrap Squad. All of you work so hard to choose things that will challenge us and get us outside our comfort zones, and kind of just encourage us to make pretty pages that we didn't think we had in us. So I appreciate that, and that's why I wouldn't miss a Scrap Squad lift. Thanks again. Bye-bye.